Hey, how are you? Wanted to make a quick video on some tips that I recommend on stuff that I would have done differently in my process, and let's just dive straight into it. So, guys, first and foremost, I want to be really clear with this too. I wouldn't know what I know right now if it wasn't for the mistakes and the failures and the things that I did to get to know how to, advise on some of these tips. So it's essential that you go through them and you make the mistakes and you fail forward. But I'm just trying to bring you as much value as I possibly can with some of the knowledge and some of the stuff that I would have done. Now looking back, I would have done differently. And I tell myself, this would be great if I knew it, but I wouldn't have ever known it if I didn't go through what I went through. So nonetheless, I will tell you what I think I would have done differently now looking back, and hopefully it brings some value and expedites your process a bit. So first things first, I say this all the time, and I've said this over and over in other videos, but keep every single lead, every single data piece that you get of somebody interested in getting a quote, referral partner, track them at the very minimum in Excel or your management system. So those are essential because you can always come back and retarget and even throw them into drip campaigns. Drip campaigns are key so that you can stay in front of people and don't go away until they decide, when it just stays fresh in their mind. Very, very important. That's one big one. Keep all the data, everything tracked. Very, very important. Next thing I would do, and this is something now I've kind of realized in the last year or so. Now I'm in third year, so it took me a little while to figure this out, and I wouldn't have known this back then. But taking out a line of credit and kind of getting even maybe a business loan so that I can leverage other people's money, OPM. Very, very important to growing a business, and because it kind of just opens up your opportunities. And insurance, it's a game of pay yourself later. The more deals you get done today, it's going to, generate more recurring, renewals and revenue down the line. So if you can use $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 invested in that is going to pay you later, it's better to do it now, and because it will come back in a 2, 3, 4, 5 years time. So the sooner you do it, the more you're going to pay yourself in the future, which is awesome. Also, very, very hesitant on that tip, guys, because I'm not advocating people to take on $100,000 loans here and there. Like, you need to make these business decisions for yourself. Looking back now, what I know exactly what I would do with $100,000 in a business loan to grow my agency. So until you feel that you know how to use that money to scale, that will convert into revenue or sales, I'm hesitant to advise on that. Just saying what I would do now looking at it. So be sure you understand what it takes to spend $1 to make $1. So that takes some time, but that was just my tip on that. Next thing I would say is my hiring process. Early on, like my first employee, it was just a buddy's, my a friend that wanted a job. I said, yeah, sure, take it. I'll hire you. And it was a good learning experience, but knowing what I know now, I would apply my hiring process to screen a qualified candidate that could really help grow the business, and is looking for something long term and wants to be part of the culture and help grow something. So my hiring process would be a lot more calculated and more growth oriented versus just having someone there to have assistance. Now it's more like, are you really going to help take it to the next level? Like, I really want top-notch players to help grow. So that also takes time, experience, hiring, firing, etc. But definitely make sure that the person that you're hiring you feel can help in certain areas that you aren't necessarily the best at, and can help excel and grow the agency. And you have to really feel that. Don't just hire just to hire. Like, really, really feel like this is a person that I'm willing to invest in, because a bad hire can really, really, hurt and bring down the business and cost you a lot of money. Especially in California, it's very hard to, get out of those situations too. So it's tricky. So be very careful. Very, very important. I would do that differently now looking back. And the last thing I would say that I wish I did differently, and now looking back at it, I know a lot more about sales, but I would have read more sales books and gotten better at closing and closed more deals early on the first year. Because like I was saying with the, you're paying yourself in the future. The more sales you make today, the more they start to renew and they start to kind of grow. So be an expert early on, close everything you possibly can, even if it's a small renter's policy up till the $10,000, $20,000 policies, and go after the big ones too. Go for the big ones. Try to close bigger deals, get them on the books, get them to stick, and it'll help you in the future. Just build on, go hard early on. Just get as much deals through the door. Take the easy ones too, your friends, your family, the easy ones, and get them on the books, because that revenue will really help you grow later in the future. So that's all I got. Hopefully those tips are things that, those are things I would have done differently, just off the top of my head. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If anybody has any questions, happy to answer kind of more of my experience. Feel free to email me, go to chriscostantini.com, and I will answer any questions you have and help you. Like I said, guys, my goal here is to really, really try to give you the knowledge, the experience of stuff that I've done, and hopefully get you on your way faster and more efficiently than me. So take notes, write them down, and apply them. Don't just watch the videos, guys. This is the last message I'll say to you. Don't just sit there and watch videos. Act, because that's the best way to get experience and knowledge. Action. Don't just keep watching all the videos. The videos are great, but get out there and do it. Go and call, make the calls, go hire, go fire, go do your thing, and call leads, and keep the data, start tracking the data. Do it. Like, actually do what I'm saying. So that's my last tip. That's my little key motivator there. And that's all I got for you guys. We'll see you at the top. Let me know if anybody has questions. chriscostantini.com. Happy to help. See you guys there. Peace.